LaVar Ball keeps on making headlines, LaVar Ball style. The controversial father says LaMelo's shoe deal is more important than his eligibility. LaMelo just finished his sophomore season and is already verbally committed to UCLA, following the footsteps, of course, of his brother Lonzo, who's now a Laker. Max, do you have a problem with LaVar's comments?
Not at all. I love LaVar Ball's comments here. Let me get this straight. And this goes to the hypocrisy of the NCAA, which is, makes money hand over fist. But God forbid, a kid who's not even in that organization yet, not even under their jurisdiction yet, should try to profit, should try to start a business. Like, he could sell lemonade on the street corner, that's fine in high school, but if he, or in elementary school, right? But if, God forbid, he should sell a sneaker with his name on it, somehow that affects his eligibility, the nerve of the NCAA to create a world where that is the reality is just staggering. And the fact that someone like LaVar Ball is like, to hell with them, we're trying to get this money right now off the sneaker deal, I love that. By the way, ultimately, the kid can either play NBA level ball or he can't. This is not going to make or break that.
Well, I agree with you in principle. I think you're absolutely right. And it just is another way, another mechanism to highlight the hypocrisy of the NCAA and how arrogant they are in terms of their reach, because it is disgusting. There's no doubt about that. But that does not mean that LaVar Ball doesn't need to be careful when it comes to his son. Now, let's be clear about something. LaMelo doesn't have to go to college on a scholarship. He can go as a walk-on. He can go as a walk-on, devoid of scholarship money, okay? Walk on to the basketball team. He could take out a loan that'll pay for his education for that 1 year, still put additional dollars in his pocket, and the NCAA couldn't do a damn thing about it. I harken back to when my boy Greg Anthony—
Or his brother could hit him off.
That too. No, that's a given. But what I'm saying is, I would go back to my man Greg Anthony, and when he was starring at UNLV with Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, and the crew. What a lot of people don't know is that, listen, if there was ever a capitalist and an entrepreneur that I've seen in sports, at least before, Jordan took it to another level, and Magic, and ultimately LeBron and Kobe and others. But Greg Anthony was something special, man. This dude, I think it was 1 or 2 years. I don't know exactly, but I think it was at least 1 year. He didn't have a scholarship because he was doing his own business. And as a result, the money that he was generating from that was worth more than a scholarship. So he said, hey, keep your money.
Point.
And the NCAA couldn't do anything. And so what I'm saying is, if that's what LaVar Ball is alluding to, I applaud it. Because I also applaud the fact that if the NCAA tried to get in the way of it in any way, it reeks of hypocrisy, and they should be called to the carpet for it, condemned for it, and made to make amends for it. But if you want your son to play at UCLA, all I'm trying to say is that say what you have to say, but also be an adult about it. Don't exacerbate the situations with histrionics, like he can, or hyperbolic statements and what have you, like he is prone to do, because you never know what these individuals could come up with. And LaMelo ain't Lonzo, at least not yet. Be careful about getting in the way of that. But LaVar Ball is right far more than he is wrong in this regard, and I can't knock him for it because he's making valid points. He doesn't work for them. They're not his boss, and they're not his son's boss either.
You get the feeling that LaVar likes the Sinatra song "My Way"?
Yeah, for sure.